So you arrive at a customer house and they tell you that one of the windows in the living room has been saying randomly that it's open. They're watching TV and it says living room window open. And it goes open and close multiple times, and now you're there to fix it. Now, let's say that there are 4 windows in the living room, and we have 2 that could be with the sensors on the bottom and 2 on the side, which doesn't really matter. And then each one of those wires, of course, go to the can. Now, when we look at the windows in the can, to just give you a big picture, it should look something similar to this. So this would be the 4 windows, and this is the tip that you see on the can. Now, to figure out which one of the windows is the one that is bad, you would have to check for the ohms. So, to check for the ohms, you want to go to the multimeter, and let's go all around here. And make sure that it's in 200 and not in 2,000, 20,000, 200,000, or 20 million. Because if you do it on one of the bigger ones, you might not get a reading, and then it's going to be a pain. But if you go to the 200, it should give you some sort of a reading of what is the ohms or the resistance in each one of those wires. Now, you can go and find that the first one gave you 0.2, the second one 0.4, the third one 3.0, and 0.8 or 1.0. Right here, you can tell that the one that is the highest, the 3.0, is probably your problem. Now, let's say that that one is this third one. The easiest way to identify which one of those windows out of the 4 is the problem is to remove that window completely from the loop right here, from the daisy chain. So you will cut the wires here and here, and then put the 2 left, so it will be this one and this one together. So this one is completely removed from the loop, so it will look something like this. Completely out of the system. Then you can go back to the windows and open one by one until one of them doesn't chime. The one that doesn't chime is the problem. At that point, you want to go and get one of these sensors and replace it for a brand new one. Then you're going to go back to the closet, go to the wire, and check the ohms one more time. If the sensor was the problem, it will drop from 3 to something similar to the other windows. And if it drops to 4, for example, then the problem is solved and you should be good to go. Now, if it stays at 3, then it's a different problem. It's probably in the wiring, and there's nothing you can do. At that point, you will have to explain to the customer that we cannot fix it, and they need a wireless sensor. Again, you work with the ohms, and you work with the wire that had the highest amount. You remove it from the loop. Let's say the third one, you get it completely out. You replace the sensor itself once you identify the window, and then you make sure that it drops. If it doesn't drop, it won't work. If it drops, then you go ahead and put it back to where it was, tie them all together again, and then all windows should work perfectly fine after that, and the customer shouldn't call us back after that.